What's going on, everybody? Tonight, we've got some special guests, and I would love to introduce them to you all. We welcome in some men who seem to talk baseball a little different than the rest of the folks you see in the Twitterverse. The hosts of the Upper Decker podcast, these boys offer protection as an Army vet, entertain you by drumming up some sweet tunes, and will tweet about Jessica Kleinschmidt to, well, that's, I don't know how to correlate that. I've got Boyd Fever, because we're talking to the St. Louis lads, Ty and Dan, and unfortunately no Tone, but we've got the better two anyway. So what's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on? I love that. Hell yeah.
Yo, I pumped that you guys had that same type of energy that we have. So pumped to have you guys be on the pod tonight. I think we've got some good stuff planned. Yeah. For those that don't know what you guys do, can you let everybody know kind of a little backstory to what you guys are doing with the Upper Decker pod?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, thanks for having us. Super excited about this. Secondly, we just talk baseball, man. Like, you know, there's obviously the whole like fantasy baseball Twitterverse where people are diving into the stats and the sabermetrics and all that. We just like to sit around and talk ball, you know, sit here, drink a beer or two, talk baseball, like just some guys, man. That's it. We really want to get like interviews going more. So like you said, there's the Jessica Kleinschmidt one. We talked to Xavier Scruggs a couple weeks back too. So that's really the goal. We just kind of want to like get an inside scoop of how baseball works, but from like the fans' perspective, because of course we're all fans. So, you know, you guys can relate to that really easy. So that's kind of where we're heading, and that's what we want. So
I'm all about that. And you guys have a good crew with that. I wonder, I've been meaning to ask you guys this. And when we booked you guys, I'm glad I never asked before. Okay. Has anybody ever said that Tone sounds like Patrick Mahomes?
Yes, dude. Yes. Yeah. He always gets that. He gets a mix of Patrick Mahomes and Kermit the Frog.
Well, that's what everybody says Patrick Mahomes sounds like.
Right. So yeah, he sent me a video one time and was like, close your eyes and listen to this and pretend it's me talking. I was like, whatever, dude. All right. And it was Patrick Mahomes. And I was like, bro, that's you. Like, that's you, man.
It's scary. Like it's so scary how much they sound alike. So it's awesome. I love it.
When I heard that I think the first time I ever heard you guys was when you guys did the episode with Rob DiPietro.
Oh yeah.
And but I had to like listen to it a couple times. Like, well, wait a second. I was like, did they get Patrick Mahomes on this pod?
Right.
I was like, that.
We're gonna have to start hiding Tone's face and just say that it's Patty Mahomes.
You could literally put that on the internet and just show the face. Everybody would think it's Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
We might have that might be some content right there that we can work up in the future. I like that one.
Oh, it could. Yancey, I stopped texting you right before the show. I'm respectful of our guests. Thank you very much.
Yancey, why do you have to bring me into this? Like, what did I do to you, man?
He just likes picking on you. He's the school bully, and you're the target.
Yo, Yancey's riding high right now, man. You know, I think he just had his anniversary the other day. Brent Honeywell came up. You know, he's fucking on top of the world. And I guess Tone's here watching us right now. This is beautiful.
I'm going to mute myself. Yancey and Tone, we don't need much more of an audience than that. That's entertainment right there. But yeah, he's 10 years married. I forgot it. Your goals right now, man. Your goals, especially I have a fiance right now. I'm following the light that you guys are setting for us. So
hey, there you go.
But we got a great show tonight. We've got calling our shots. So is it Babe Ruth the one that made that famous when was it him pointing or was it somebody else?
That was Babe Ruth.
Okay, so good. I didn't mix it up.
We're getting all the Cubs.
Was it against the man? Look at Dan's already throwing in some stuff right here. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. So we're calling our shots tonight. MVPs, Cy Youngs, Rookie of the Years, and then one bold prediction for each league to send our listeners home as happy campers. So don't worry. We've got plenty of great stuff. Even if it's not all as analytical as we normally get tonight, there will be some thrown in here so we can get everybody happy here. So let's start off. Let's talk about the American League. And when you talk first, MVP is what everybody wants to talk about. So let's go MVP first. And I'm going to go first. I want to go to you, Ty. What do you think? Who's going to be the MVP of the American League when it's all said and done?
All right. So you mentioned old Jess Kleinschmidt earlier, and this has nothing to do with our friendship, but I got Matt Chapman winning the MVP this year.
No, don't do it. I did it last year.
I
Don't
also
do it.
did it last year. I did it last year as well.
Did you bet money? Did you bet money?
No,
Oh,
not at all.
I did.
He's just gonna keep doing it until it eventually comes true.
It's got to happen eventually, right? I mean, the guy's a stud. Obviously his defensive prowess is just unreal, and he's got the potential to hit at the plate too and hit with power. He's just got to put it all together. I think this is the year finally.
So you're not scared about coming back from those injuries last year?
No, I got a little birdie told me that he's doing all right. So, I think he's going to be fine. You see all the videos of him out there, and he's getting after it, man. He's moving well. I'm not worried about that injury. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder right now, so I think he's going to come back and play pretty hard this year.
All right, Matt Chapman. I didn't think that's how this was going to start, but we're already there. So
that's how we do, man.
I guess we're getting crazy. I love it. I'm all for it. Dan,
how is that crazy? Hold on. How is that crazy?
There you go.
Well,
call him out. Call him out.
I mean, okay. So first, I'm going to ask you: has Oakland ever had an MVP candidate or ever had an MVP winner?
Well, see, now you're putting me on the spot. I don't know, man. Shit. Let me head to the Googles.
Yeah. Jason Jobby.
Yeah,
Jose Canseco.
I would think Ricky would have won it at least.
I wasn't asking you, Cheesecake,
but not in the quote unquote modern era.
Yeah,
sure.
No, I'm just giving Ty hard. This is all the prediction show. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Wait,
fair enough.
What was the shortstop's name? Tejada.
Miguel
Tejada.
Yeah.
That was 2002, though, right?
I'm not listening to Cheesecake because he's frozen in a weird.
All right. Well, if you guys think that one is out there, then
it's going to be like that again. It's going to be like that again.
You're going to like this one. So I'm going to keep it in the AL West. And speaking of getting everything together and injuries, I got Shohei Ohtani winning the MVP.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think this is the year he stays healthy the entire season. They're going to figure out. Joe Madden is a creative dude, right? Like he did it down in Tampa. He did it in Chicago. He can do it in LA too. He will figure out a way to get Ohtani on the mound every 5 days, 6 days, whatever it needs to be, and keep that bat in the lineup. And as long as he stays healthy, I think this is the year we see it all come together and he puts up big numbers on both sides.
Is that your MVP or your bold prediction?
That is my MVP.
I can't wait to see your bold prediction.
I mean, if you think about it, Ohtani can throw 100 and he batted leadoff the other day, 3 extra base hits. Like, I mean, if it all clicks from both sides of the ball, why not?
He's batting .636 in spring training right now with like an 1800 OPS. Like it's stupid what he's doing right now in spring. Yeah, I get it, spring training, but he's killing it.
I think
go ahead.
I think with him like double dipping on the pitching and the hitting, if he just keeps raking the way that he is, and then even if he's like a mediocre pitcher, that puts him up to the MVP type caliber, because it's like, who else is even doing that? You can't even compare. So, obviously that would be a most valuable player type thing right there, right off the bat. So
yeah, I think the question will be if he's healthy, I could definitely see it. That's what it's going to come down to.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he could pitch daily too. So there you go. Like our guy coming in here, that's true. Like, I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. Cheesecake, I'm going to go to you next, as long as you don't freeze again. Who is your prediction?
Oh God, this is going to be a tough night if it's like this. I'm sticking with the Angels, and I'm going with Anthony Rendon. He's popular last year, his first year in Los Angeles, but I think this year is the year he's going to start to come through. 2 seasons ago, 2019, he had 117 runs, 126 RBIs. Am I freezing again? I'm hearing some shit.
No, you're good.
You're not allowed to cuss.
I feel. I know I'm not allowed to cuss. But I think that the narrative will lead to him getting the MVP. Trout. You could give it to Trout every year, but I think they're gonna be fighting for the playoffs, knocking on playoffs door. And with Rendon hitting over 300, with getting 100 at least, probably 110 at least in both the counting categories, I think it's his MVP to win, pushing them over the top for Trout.
Wow.
I like it.
Anthony Rendon. Very interesting. Doc, please tell me you're going to go out of the AL West, or are you staying with what everybody else is doing?
It's really crazy. I put Anthony Rendon as well. He was third in the MVP voting in 2019 with the Nats. He was actually 10th last season, and he missed 8 games. So, David, I know that you owned him last year. In his first 13 games, he hit 142, which was 25% of his total games he played. He hit 326 the rest of the year. His 30 home run power, it's most likely going to be in the 25 range, but he will hit up about 40 doubles. He's had an on-base percentage over 400 the 3 of the last 4 years, and now he's arguably playing with the best hitter in the world. Not baseball player for you, Yancey, but the best hitter in the world. So I think Rendon is going to help push the Angels to the postseason.
All right. Well, I'm going to get out of the AL West because I think there's 2 other divisions that there exist.
No, there isn't. It's just the AL West and the AL.
And my MVP, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who right now is plus 2,500 to win the MVP.
You want to throw 10 on it, David?
I mean, him versus the rest of the field.
I mean, it's 10 to win 250. That's great odds.
No, I'm not going to bet that with you. But one of the things in the spring training, he's been crushing the ball. But the thing that I've noticed mostly about him is his launch angle is up to 19 degrees, which has been the biggest problem with him. Is he's not been hitting the ball with any type of launch angle. He's hitting the ball into the ground, and that's the thing. Is like, all right, is he going to up his home run total? Is he going to get the ball in the air? And right now he's showing it while he's hitting for a really good average in spring training. If you look last year, people think the weight loss was he started the season at this weight and he finished the season at that weight, and the weight loss didn't happen until after the season, but that's not the case. I wrote an article on Fantrax where
I've heard you say this.
Well, you can hear it again then. That's fine. Then the fact is he lost the weight during the season, and if you look at his splits, I won't read all the numbers, but he basically, when he lost the weight towards the end of the year, his swing became more athletic, had more plate coverage, became an overall just better athlete at the plate. And you can see that in his numbers, batted closer to 300 towards the latter half of the season. So I think he's for real. I think this is the year that he finally explodes and gets on the MVP scene. That's my MVP right there.
Man, I hope so.
Bold. None of us went with Trout, who was the favorite, so I love it.
Right. I mean, I love Mike Trout, right? Hang on. I was indeed born in 1988, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a classically trained piano player as well. So maybe it's both for you to decide.
That's pretty cool. Piano player in 1988. Carlos is always good with anything Carlos says. He's a bright man. So I actually
especially when he drafts in front of you.
Let's go over to the pitching side. Let's talk about Cy Young. And this time, why don't we start with Dan? Who's your Cy Young pick?
Okay, are we going AL or NL first? Which one do you want?
Hey, we're going to say All-American League first.
All-American League? All right. So it's kind of an unoriginal one, but I got Shane Bieber repeating as the AL Cy Young winner here.
Mm-hmm.
He's just dominant, man. He's just absolutely dominant. I know there's other choices, but for me, I don't know. There's something about that dude, man. Until he kind of starts cooling off a little bit, I think he's getting ready to start getting even better. So I think he's my easy Cy Young pick here for the American League.
All right. I mean, you know what's funny is I haven't seen as much of that as you would think. I feel like I've seen a lot more of the people talking about Garrett Cole and guys that, Bieber really put it together last year, but I have seen more people talking about him regressing rather than him taking that next step.
Right.
This turned into an age conversation. Cheesecake, I'm going to go to you next. Who's the guy that you're picking for the Cy Young?
Well, you just called me basic because I'm going to say Garrett Cole.
I knew it. Perfect transition.
I learned the word basic this week too because I'm hip. Cole is the narrative would be his first year in New York was a rough one for him, and his second year I think he puts it all together. Now he has Cy Young stuff. He's going to lead the league in strikeouts, and really all he needs is to get that run support to come through for him, and he's going to be 19, 20 game winner leading the league in strikeouts. That right there is the recipe for a Cy Young Award win.
All right, well said. Doc, who's your guy?
Art, do you want to just take all of my players? I mean, come on. I went Garrett Cole. I was getting ready to give you credit too for the first year jitters of when you sign a big contract, but I'm not a fan of the division that they're playing in hitting wise. I think the O's, they're okay. The Blue Jays losing George Springer is going to be a dent on them. Not a big fan of the Red Sox hitting or the Rays. They have a good bullpen, so they're going to secure wins, hopefully, and not blow those. And he's had a sub-3 ERA the last 3 years, an under 1 WHIP the last 2 years, and he's actually never won the Cy Young for how dominant he's been. So I think he's really pushing at this year, and hopefully he uses that to some motivation. Get the bag. I know he already got the bag, but
I don't think he can get any more money than how he already.
He could opt out. He has Scott Boras as his agent. You never know with Scott Boras.
That's fair. True. And Yancey picks Ryan Yarborough. So I don't know if this was Cy Young or bold prediction. Ty, what about you? Who's your guy?
I got Lucas Giolito.
Yeah.
I like what I see with old Giolito. So, obviously with the Nationals, he was a high prospect and kind of, faltered a little bit out there. But I think the last 2 years, what we're seeing of Giolito is what he's supposed to be. And he's tapped that potential that he was supposed to have. And I think he's going to just continue to get better. We saw him be dominant last year, including that no-hitter even. So this year I expect big things, full season. He's going to go out there and just go nuts. So even last year, he had a 3.5 walk per 9 and his whip was still a 1.037. So if he can lower those walks, get a little better command, he strikes people out left and right, but even if he turns those 1 or 2 walks into more strikeouts, that's less on his whip and less on his ERA, and he's only going to get better, I think. So keep an eye out on old Giolito.
I was told there would be no analytics from Ty.
Hey, man.
He's listened to too many of my Nerd Corner segments.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm turning him into a sabermetrician here.
I'm out here just trying to have fun and talk baseball, and then these guys push their nerd shit on me, and I just I'm learning.
You are the same person,
dude. I'm learning by osmosis. I'm not even trying to. They're just beating it into me.
Well, I'll add to that because Lucas Giolito is my pick too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're on the same page. Elite K percentage each of the last 2 years. He was top 10% in 2019, top 8% in 2020. His expected ERA has gone down each of the last 2 seasons, as well as lowering his hard hit percentage each of the last 3 years. The exit velos are also under league average as well. So he hasn't changed much. When you look at his first breakout year in 2019, he's keeping the same pitch mixes and everything like that. He's got healthy velocity. Giolito, why go away from him when he looks like he's ascending and he's going to be on arguably one of the best offenses in the league in a division that outside the Twins, not really anybody that scares you right now. So, we're on the same page, man.
There we go, Dave. Hell yeah.
So I don't know, is this a love story between you two? How did you guys meet? Yancey's curious.
Oh, how did we meet? Dan, do you want to tell him or do you want me to?
Yeah, I think it's my turn. So the original rendition of Upper Decker had 3 hosts, and it was Ty, Tone, and then a mutual friend of ours, Brett. And so I started listening to that. Just ended up splitting, didn't end up working out for Brett being there. But I've literally listened to the show since episode 1. And then one day Ty was just like, "Hey, do you want to come on the show with us too?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure." I love talking baseball.
I told him to show up to the tree outs, and old boy was there, man. He was ready to go.
He made me promise not to eat him first, though, so that was really weird.
He brought a strong beard game, too, enough for everybody right now.
Dude, that's the thing is I just knew we needed more facial hair on the show, too, because
keep on going.
Dude, I got this 3 Musketeers white trash thing. Tone's got a porn stash. We had to get a beard up in this gang, dude.
It's like a progression. You got the mustache for Tone, and then you got the goatee for Ty, and then you just got the full blown. I just don't care anymore beard over here.
Barely active Zoom call. I won't leave.
That's not true.
Right? I feel like you guys could have a documentary about you guys. I would watch it.
Were you guys a 15 seed in the baseball pods tournament?
I think we were 13 this year. We were 14 last year.
Gotcha. For some reason I thought you guys were a 15. I was like, why couldn't you be an Oral Roberts? More people need to know about you.
Well, so last year, the inaugural year of the baseball pods tourney, we were a 15 seed and we took down Scott Pianowski from over at old Yahoo.
Yeah.
So we took him down, and that's kind of how we got our little rise to fame, our 15 minutes, and now we're just hanging out, man. That whole tournament is I talked about it earlier. It's based on the whole the fantasy baseball community and stuff. And, we don't really talk fantasy. So I know that there's the nerds that are like, oh, he's not going to win because I don't talk fantasy. But that's why we brought Dan on, so he can help us with the nerd stuff, and
I
we'll win that
a
tournament.
quota for him. Yeah, I check a box for him. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Hey, we all need those people that check boxes. Let's go to
The token nerd.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's talk about AL Rookie of the Years next, and I'll start with Cheesecake to lead this one off. Cheesecake, who's your AL Rookie of the Year?
You ready to take mine, Art?
Maybe I'm going out of the AL West. Am I starting to snipe you?
Shocker.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going with Ryan Mountcastle for the Baltimore Orioles.
I
plays in the AL East last time I checked.
Yeah, Ryan Mountcastle is going to bat third or fourth for the Orioles, and he's going to be up from day one. He came in and raked last season. I don't expect him to do that well, but I also don't think that there is huge competition for the award, and him being up all season, he's going to accumulate a lot of stats. I think his batting average is going to be good enough, 270, 280. I think he's going to be a really strong contender and going to take it home.
All right, that's efficient. I don't agree with you, but
I'm trying to be efficient, man. I'm trying to be efficient. You know
I don't know
how
if you
I
guys
get
have ever heard. I have a Cheesecake clock on my soundboard, so whenever he talks too much, I play this.
My God, are you still talking?
I think we need one of those for me. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep them in check, and then they become self-conscious. So then that way they're good the rest of the show once you do one.
Okay, done.
Well,
Tone, take notes, buddy.
Yeah, we did our fantasy preview episode a couple weeks ago, and I got drunk and rambled on about Ryan Mountcastle for about 15 minutes. So that whole clock would have been nice. Art, I'm with you, man. I got you.
That's
Nice.
not wrong.
Your boy Anthony agrees too. All right, so Doc, who's the guy you're going with?
All right, well, Art and I won't agree for once, and I'm going with Andrew Vaughn, and I talked him up a couple episodes ago. He's in a great hitting lineup, and even if he doesn't start out in opening day, which from everything I've read he should be, we're playing 162 games, so it's not that shortened sample size. So even if he misses 10, 15, he's still probably going to play the majority of the season. David mentioned the White Sox have probably one of the best hitting lineups, and I just think the value is there for him. I think he's ready to be in the major leagues, and I think the fact that he's a power hitter means that he's going to get more home run and RBI opportunities, which is what I think is kind of like people view as sexy in voting. It's like, oh, this rookie burst onto the scene and hit 30 home runs. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you scared?
I
think I've seen him too. I think I've seen him projected. He's going to hit like 7th or 8th in the order. Is that scary?
But they have such a loaded lineup. Like, all right, they have Tim Anderson, who has been a batting average champion before. Adam Eaton is great on great.
I'm very familiar with their lineup, Eric.
No, but I'm just saying, someone like Moncada strikes out a lot, but they're all like very efficient hitters or have high upside. Or like someone like Moncada, yeah, he strikes out a lot, but he can get really hot. Same with Eloy Jimenez. Same with Luis Robert. Like if that offense is clicking, likely everyone is going to be hitting on all cylinders. And I know Randy Arozarena is. I am still a little bit concerned with the pending charges.
Oh, man. I don't know how you come back from that.
Yeah, dude. Rest in peace, Doc, man. Whew.
Hey, that was to Cheesecake as well. He said nerds.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
Ty, why don't you rescue us here? Who's your pick? Is it Yancey's guy or is it somebody else?
It is not Yancey's guy. I'm going to stay in the AL Central. I know he just got sent down today. I did my notes earlier, so excuse me. But Alex Kirilloff for the Twins. I like what I see with that guy. It's kind of the same thing as Yancey, shut it. It's kind of the same thing as Andrew Vaughn. It's a stacked lineup. He's got to go in and produce. He's not going to get the power numbers like Vaughn will, but if he gets on and he scores all these runs and has, RBI situations out the yin yang, man, I mean, he's going to put up the numbers. So in the minors, he's got a 317 batting average and he slugs 860, or his OPS, I'm sorry. His OPS is 863. So if he can translate that at all to that stacked Twins lineup, I think it's a good addition for them.
He'll get the playing time, hopefully, when he gets called back up because they don't have a steady option right there to take place of Rosario. So,
yeah, exactly.
Dan, what about you? Who's your guy?
Yeah, so I am also going to stay in the AL Central, but I am also going to pick a completely different person so far. I have Tristan McKenzie as my AL Rookie of the Year. And if you listen to our show at all, Ty and Tone are super, super high on this dude. So I had to do a little reading, and kind of do a little bit of researching on him. And first of all, like, he's a freaking beanpole. Like, it took me a minute to get past that part of his page on Baseball Reference. He's 6'5", 165. Like,
Yep.
I don't remember the last time I weighed 165. Like, and this dude is going to be out there throwing heat in the freaking majors. And, kind of, the AL Central isn't exactly an overpowering division. We kind of hinted at it. The White Sox have a good lineup, and the Twins are the Twins. So, you always have to kind of be careful there. But I think he's going to get plenty of opportunity for strikeouts. There he is. And I think that's, you guys were kind of talking about like the sexy stats earlier for voting. I think he's going to get plenty of strikeouts as long as he keeps his ERA low enough. I think he's a good choice for the AL Rookie of the Year.
I think his nickname is Sticks, if I'm not mistaken.
It's String Bean.
Oh, it's String Bean? I knew it was something like that.
I mean, either way, they're both fitting. Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised you guys didn't go with this guy, who I actually drafted in my TGFBI. I'm big on in non-points leagues. Bobby Dahlbeck. He's plus 2,000 according to the Vegas Insider. Hitting over 300 with 5 home runs. I think actually just hit his 6th yesterday in spring training. Hits the ball extremely hard. If he plays every day, I think he can hit 40 home runs, which if you're a rookie and you hit 40 home runs, I don't see how you don't win the award.
Sure.
He's going to probably hit 240 to 250. Nothing like his average isn't going to be anything special. I think it can be at least average, if not better than average. But the one thing is his K rate. Last year, he had an atrocious 39 times striking out and 80 at bats.
Wow.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. But you have guys like Adam Dunn who make careers out of that, right?
Sure.
And as long as he's not hitting like 190, if he's hitting 250 and he's either striking out or homering, it's not like they have a lot of guys. They have a lot of young guys in that system that they want to make sure they get playing time. So I think he will get the opportunity to play, even if he's going, 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and a 3-run home run. If that's something you expect from him, get at the end of the season, you look at his stats. I think that's what's going to help boost him to that award because he's going to get that playing time.
You've been hanging out with Jared Carabas a little bit, have you?
Is that his guy?
Yeah, dude. Jared doesn't shut up about Bobby Dahlbeck, man. He's out here talking about 46 home runs this, 46 home runs that. I get it, but y'all wild.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays every day, I would bet if there's whatever you can bet for 40 home runs, I would call it because that dude just mashes.
Dude, I will bet
Put your money where your mouth is.
I'll bet you a jersey. If he hits over 40, I'll buy you a jersey from any player in the league. Whatever you want.
Wow, that's a good deal.
And what if he hits 40?
I'll give it to you. If he hits 40 and up, I'll buy you a jersey. If he hits less than 40, 39 or less, you buy me one.
It's definitely odds in your favor, but I'll you know what? I'll go where my mouth is. All right.
Hell yeah. Perfect. There we go.
Right, are you putting an injury clause in there?
Yeah. If he's injured, we'll scratch it.
Okay.
We'll come back in 2022 then.
Okay. So as long as it's not like a big injury, all right. We got it on camera. Here we go. That's good.
Perfect.
All right.
And y'all take your bet serious. We bet spicy chips and onions and doing the show naked. And
I mean, I would do that stuff too, but I let him pick what he wanted to bet.
I was thinking you guys could do another steamboat challenge with David and Ty.
What was the first one? We haven't done it yet.
What's the steamboat challenge?
So I don't think Ty and Tone really understand how much mashed potatoes 5 pounds of mashed potatoes is.
Oh my god!
Or 2 pounds or whatever it was, and so they said that they could easily wolf down. I think it was 2 pounds.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that's a lot of potatoes, bro. So
I'll drink 2 pounds of mashed potatoes.
I told him on the show that I would make 5 pounds of mashed potatoes for him, and I would split it in half for him and say, "Here you go, you boys go to town."
Easy.
I kind of like that. That's
and it wasn't just some random shit either. We do a thing on our podcast. It's Tony Tone's dope name of the day. We leave that up to obviously Mr. Tone. See, no problem. We're on the same page. He finds, a crazy name in baseball history and brings it up. So Steamboat something or other. He was a crazy man. Got the nickname because he was just like steamboating down some mashed potatoes.
You need a heaping steamboat pile of potatoes or something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
Easy.
I've never heard of it.
It's more appropriate than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You're thinking of motorboat.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So I would motorboat the shit out of some mashed potatoes, though. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Why don't we go from motorboating mashed potatoes talking about some bold predictions? You can't transition from that. And I think, Doc, is it your turn to start off this time? Why don't you start off with a bold prediction?
So for me, I think the Angels win the AL West. So figure there's 5 teams in there. The Rangers and the Mariners are rebuilding. Nice. So I look at the Astros. Verlander's out for the year. They lost George Springer. Framber Valdez is hurt. Roberto Ozuna will miss the season. Figure Jose Altuve or Yordan Alvarez, if not both, get hurt. And then it's really the Oakland A's are the only competition. But I think this is my storyline tying into Rendon winning MVP is the Angels finally win the division. And he gets that nod because he's kind of what pushed him over.
Cool.
Wow. And you have him winning the division. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting. Ty, are you going that bold or are you going somewhere else?
That's literally exactly where I'm going. He stole mine. So
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I have the Angels winning the AL West with 95 wins.
Like that.
Oh,
95.
That is over their over-under projection.
Yeah, I'm crushing it. Yeah. Wow. I don't know why you guys doubt me. I can eat like 2.5 pounds of mashed potatoes. Don't doubt me.
He literally just whipped it out and said, "What do you got? I got the 95 win. You just haven't won the division. I got 95 wins.
I got 95, man, all day."
All right, I like it. Dan, where are you going?
Yeah, so this is actually probably right on par with the boldness of the Angels winning the division. I have Stanton finally stays healthy and hits 60 plus fingers.
Sorry, that's wrong.
Wait, how many dingers did he hit?
I told you it was bold, 60 plus.
60. That's crazy. That's great.
I think the more bold part of that is that Stanton actually stays healthy.
Right, exactly. That's the bold part, is that he stays healthy long enough to hit 60. I mean, that dude could do it in 60 games if he stays healthy enough. But yes, that's the prediction. He hits 60 plus home runs this year.
All right.
He got so close in, what was that, 17 when he won the MVP with Miami. I think he had 59 that year. So, and I want to say he played 158 games or 57 games that year. So he's right there. If he can stay healthy, he can do it.
He started doing yoga. So that might have been the magic fix.
There you go.
He didn't get hurt doing yoga?
Right. And he gets to face Baltimore. I mean, that's the best odds in his favor right there, is he gets to face Baltimore.
Agreed.
This is also This is also the first year I've ever drafted Giancarlo Stanton, so I really hope he does.
You're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
His value is finally at the point where it's worth drafting, because before it was like a top 3-4 round pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I got him until like the 9th round or some shit. So
yeah, it was a ways down there.
It's worth it now. Mm-hmm. Cheesecake, what is your bold prediction?
I don't feel that bold after that one, because my bold prediction is Jose Altuve is the number 1 second baseman in fantasy baseball this season. Over the last 539 at-bats, he's hit 288 with 98 runs, 27 home runs, and 71 RBIs. I think he's going to be batting leadoff, it looks like, this year for Houston. I think over a full season, he's going to put himself right back up in the conversation and take over the top second base slot. And he's going to hit 60 home runs. That's what I'm saying. Let me walk that back. But he's going to be the top second baseman.
Art, you know that he just got 3 outs on 1 hit yesterday, right? Like he made contact.
He hit a triple play.
hit into a triple play, man. So you're wrong.
Oh no,
you can only go up from there.
Yeah, you got a point. I guess that's fair. You know, from now on, if he just makes 1 out, they're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
I mean, he could hit a triple play and then hit himself in the nuts. Like, that's a possibility.
Is it bad that I kind of like when people hit into triple plays because then our name's referenced on the show or on the broadcast? They're like, they hit into a triple play. I'm like, oh yeah, that's some free advertising right there.
Oh, that's so smart, man. Ours is just about like awesome. Baseball and poop.
I mean, if they say, oh man, that's in the upper deck, there you go. But you have to have stand up probably for those.
Right.
My prediction, if you listened to the show or you followed me on Twitter,
oh my God,
I don't even have to probably say
it.
Yeah, Dylan Cease, top 30 starting pitcher. I've literally explained why probably 100 times at this point, so I will not bore everybody with the same rationale.
David, let me ask you a question.
Are you still talking?
If Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Dylan Cease made love, would you just like explode?
I don't know if I'd want to watch it, but I don't. I mean,
Their child
they'd
would be beautiful.
They would
David.
create something incredible.
That's what I'm asking. Would you explode? You'd just be so excited.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say.
Suddenly, our poop joke name doesn't sound so bad anymore.
Yeah, I know. Dang.
Eric, you got kind of weird on this show, even for us.
Hey, we bring out the weirdest, man. I
Okay.
told you. We're here to get
right.
weird, bro.
David,
I
I'm
love
sorry.
it.
You've ingrained so much Vlad Jr. and Dylan Cease in me. This has been building up.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't feel so bad now. Tone, me and you, buddy. We'll watch it. Let's go to the NL side, and let's go back to the MVPs, and let's go back to Ty leading off in the MVP conversation. Who's the National League MVP in 2021?
We're going back to the Atlanta Braves. I got Ronald Acuna winning it this year. I think dude. What do you mean? Wow,
No,
he's just a top 5 player, man.
I'm on autopilot now. So.
I think he comes in, and I think he finally hits that 40-40 mark. That he was, been trying to get for the last 3 years. Like he was 3 steals short, I believe, in 2019. So yeah, and they cut him short that season. They shut him down for the last series with that lingering wrist injury. So I think this is the year old Ronnie Acuna gets it.
You know what? I love Ronald Acuna. For some reason, there's just those guys that you just like in your gut. You're like, they'll always be really good players. I just don't see it ever happening.
Sure. Well,
but he's good enough to.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be wrong, at the end of the season. It's fine. We're all wrong sometimes.
No, that's true. I mean, this is bold prediction, or that's not just bold predictions, but these are our predictions.
Right. Sure.
Lindor and Soto have been mentioned. I don't know, Dan, if that was where you were going with either of those guys. Is that one of those guys, or is it somebody else for yours?
I actually also picked Acuna. So if you look at just the numbers, you take the name out of it, he's a career 133 OPS plus average, right? Well, his 1 year that brings that down, yeah, you're welcome, is his only all-star year in 2019, ironically, when he had a 121 OPS plus, and he finished the highest in MVP voting that year. So his 2018, when he had 111 games, he had a 143 OPS plus, and then when just this last year, he had a 155 OPS plus. So the dude is just an absolute baller, and I think he just kind of has the disadvantage of having other ballers on his team, like Freddie Freeman, reigning NL MVP. But I think this is the year, we have back-to-back Braves winning the MVP award, and this is the year that Acuna finally gets a little bit of love. I say finally, like he's been in the league for 10 years, but he gets the love that he should have been getting this whole time and wins the MVP.
If you ever want to call him a nerd, you can just do this.
Nerd alert!
I gotta get a soundboard, dude. This is back-to-back weeks where we've been on shows with soundboards. I need one bad.
Mike has got the high-tech one. He's got the good stuff. I just have a free website that I linked him.
Fair enough. Dude, Mike's on another level, man.
Yeah.
No, he is. I can't sing like him or soundboard like him. LC, who's your guy?
I thought about going with Lindor, so Avi, I'm with you on that. Is there for it, but I also think that this year is really Bryce Harper's year. He started to come out of that funk that he had been in for 3 seasons with Washington, and the talent is obviously there. Last year, his walks he had more walks than strikeouts. His batting average started to come up again. I really think that Harper's going to have a monster year this year. It's just a gut feeling. And, of course, I didn't draft him, so he's bound to be a monster.
Fair.
Well, LC, you know what? I mean, I'll usually like Daco next, but I agree with you. I have Bryce Harper as mine. He's plus 1,500 right now.
Yeah.
And StatCast page, I mean, if you look at it, it would make a bull angry. He was a magma man. 92% exit velo, XBA, hard hit percentages, xWOBA, xSlug, barrel percentage, walk percentage, and I'll play it, obviously. But yeah, I mean, look at his walk percentage was up to 20% last year. He was in the top 1 percentile in the league. So I mean, You were worried about his strikeouts, and they went down nearly 9%, the lowest of his career. So if he's not striking out nearly as much and he's making that kind of contact that he makes, I mean, you have a special player on your hands and a lineup that should give him protection. So, no, I'm right there with you, LC. Doc, who's your guy?
You know, it's funny is I picked Bryce Harper initially, and I thought Art is going to pick Bryce Harper. I'm going to change it, and I'm right.
Yeah.
So I'm going with my guy, Mookie Betts. And I've said this before, the best ability is durability. His last 6 seasons, he's played 84% in all 6 seasons, played 90% of games in 5 out of the 6 seasons. He's in probably the best hitting lineup. He's a career 301 hitter with 20-plus home run power, 80-ish RBIs, double-digit steals. He's led the major leagues in runs in 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, Avi's more important than you. I was wanting to
that is pretty funny. That he does look like you. But I think Mookie is the boring guy, but he's consistent year in, year out, and he contributes to basically every category. And the only thing is, like, Acuna is really good, but he's very streaky. And so it's like when he's hitting his highs, it's like, yes, he is probably one of the best hitters in the game. But at the same time, like, to begin last year, he was very cold, and I think Mookie is just very consistent. And over that 162 games in that stacked Dodger lineup, I see him taking home the crown.
I'm still mad at Mookie from the championship series, so I got to kind of let you linger for a little bit over there because he just screwed me over, man.
Sorry.
It's all right.
The only thing I can see about Mookie is that it's that old Golden State Warriors thing. There's so many MVP candidates on the Dodgers that they're going to steal votes from each other. That's the only I thought about, and I thought guys on that team that might be MVP candidates.
Yeah, well, I think him hitting at the top of the lineup, because figure he's going to get double-digit steals. He'll probably lead the league in majors. He'll probably hit 20-plus home runs.
Is that a stat?
What?
He'll lead the league in the majors.
He'll probably lead the league in runs. He's just going to contribute to every counting stat, and the fact that he plays so many games is going to really accumulate.
So I want to transition to Cy Youngs. I would like to know if anybody has anybody other than Jacob deGrom. Really?
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm here to let my nuts hang, David. All right.
Go ahead, air them out.
I got Zach Gallen, man. I love me some Zach Gallen.
Have you seen the news?
Yeah, I have. Whatever. He felt discomfort while he was swinging. He's fine.
I don't know that he's getting a second opinion.
Well, aside from that, he's going to win this guy. All right. Dude, he was just dominant last year. Like, if he's fine. Stop it. Don't jinx him, okay? God, you're going to hurt my feelings.
Don't look on Twitter then.
Shit. I haven't been on since the show started. Is it getting bad? Is it bad?
No. I'm just saying, like, don't look on Twitter in general if you don't want to see bad news, because that's where you're going to find it out.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. He's definitely got the potential. You know, he's coming too. So if he's healthy, yes. But obviously, Jake DeGrom's the safe bet.
Dan, how come you're not playing it safe? Because you want to let the nuts hang out too? You want
Absolutely. That is what we're about at the Upper Decker, and it is letting the nuts hang, other than picking Shane Bieber as the AL Cy Young. So I went with Luis Castillo, which also kind of ties into the bold prediction-ish a little bit for the National League. So this is a dude that when he's on, he is an absolute animal on the mound. He's got that wicked fastball changeup combination, and then he's got the slider that he can throw just whenever the hell he wants, and it's just a disgusting wipeout slider and just make you look absolutely stupid if you try to swing at it. He actually, last year, he was the first year he put a sub-3 whip, and he kind of got a little unlucky because his ERA was up to 3.21, so there was a little bit of a luck factor there on the ERA. But he posted the highest strikeouts per 9 of his career. He posted the lowest home runs per 9 of his career. And then he also posted a lower walk per 9 than he did the previous season. The only thing that he needed to work on a little bit last year was just controlling the hits. He was the second highest hits per 9 of his career. So that's obviously not ideal. It led to a slightly inflated whip. But if he can get that under control, keep going in the right direction with the walks, keep going in the right direction with the Ks, I think he's going to be, and I mean, people like Cinderella stories. Voters like Cinderella stories. So the Reds aren't going to be a terribly great team. So if you've got a guy like Luis Castillo on there who's just absolutely dominating, And, we kind of talked about the Mike Trout syndrome earlier, where people just get voter fatigue on voting for the same person over and over again. Nothing against Jacob deGrom. I think he's the best pitcher in baseball right now, but I don't think voters are going to want to vote for him. They're going to want to vote for somebody else. And I think that this year, Luis Castillo is the guy that they're going to gravitate towards.
Dan, you just said so much nerd shit. I was going to call you out because you said he posted a whip lower than 3 for the first time in his career.
FIP?
But I won't. Oh, a FIP. Damn it. See, I'm not a nerd. You're fine. You did great.
You need to listen to my segments more, buddy. And now I know that you just zone out when I talk about it.
Whatever, dude. You did great.
I appreciate you.
Oh, well, I don't even know what to say. He just totally just gave me the hand, man.
Right
dog,
there.
he gets me all the time. I don't even know why I asked this guy to come on the show. Like, all he does is show me up all the time. Calls me stupid, fucking nerd out here, man.
I thought he said whip too.
Thanks,
I thought he
my
said
guy.
whip too.
See, I knew somebody was on my side.
I did.
I'll have to listen to it back.
Can I get a little love from any of the listeners here? Did you all hear me say FIP? Somebody had to have heard me say FIP.
Unreal.
I feel like I'm getting ganged up on here.
Well, in the interest of time, obviously, you guys up top, Jacob deGrom train. No need to analyze Jacob deGrom. So let's move on. Rookie of the year, probably differ on this one. Let's start out with, I think we're on LC, if I'm not mistaken, for this one. So, LC, who's your rookie of the year?
This is totally self-serving because I have him on about 6 of my 10 teams, but it's Sixto Sanchez. I think he's going to put together a really good season this year, and I've been drafting him all over. They've come out and say he has an innings limitation, but does that mean 100? If he goes 160 innings, that's still a pretty good season in these days. So yeah. I think he's going to put together good ratios, good statistics, and Sixto Sanchez is going to bring home the hardware.
All right, I like it. Couldn't get the chance in that stacked Marlins rotation. Doc, where are you going?
So I'm going Dylan Carlson, who has the 4th best odds according to Vegas Insider. So the people ahead of him, Brian Hayes, I mean, he's going to play in a bad lineup even if he's talented. Sixto Sanchez and Ian Anderson both play in probably one of the toughest hitting divisions. Figure you're going to have to face the Nationals, the Phillies with MVP Bryce Harper, the Braves if you're Sixto,
with MVP Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, there you go. And the Mets and Marlins can hit as well. So Dylan Carlson in 2019 in Double-A hit 281, 21 homers, 59 RBIs over 108 games. Got promoted to Triple-A, hit 361 with 5 homers and 9 RBIs in 18 games. 2020 wasn't too impressive. Hit 200 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And I know he has a high K rate, a low walk rate, but he's hitting 6 in that lineup. And I'm someone where I love taking players hitting in good lineups because I think it presents more opportunities for counting stats. So I could totally see him having that hitting behind Goldschmidt, Arenado, and Yadi Molina.
Yeah, we first brought him up on this show when we had the prospects battles with the Welsh. But if you look in 2020, he actually improved as the season went on. When he got called up originally, he was kind of victimized by a run of bad luck with batted balls. Should have had better results. When he came back from the alternative training site, he finished in the second half of September. And if you combine the regular season, that part of September with the postseason, he had a line of 289, 389, 578 slash over those 54 plate appearances. And I know it's a small sample size, but he looked like he actually really made strides. If you look at the batted ball indicators, and he actually started getting that strikeout rate more in check. So he's got kind of an all-star pedigree if you look at him in the minor leagues. So I think he's somebody that is going to be a main piece in that lineup for the Cardinals this year. And the Cardinals don't have very many bad hitting prospects. A lot of those guys seem to develop pretty well. So I like that call.
I'm so glad that you brought up the second half after he came back from the alternate training site, because now I don't have to be called a homer because I was totally going to bring it up as well. So I'm so happy that you did. I'm a Cardinals fan, so that's not actually who I picked because I didn't want to be too much of a homer. But that is obviously who I'm hoping wins the Cy Young here.
No, I mean, I don't know if I won the Cy Young, but he might.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes,
David is calling people out left and right.
Maybe I did say whip. God damn it.
Ty, who's your guy?
You know what, Art? I tell you, I got to buy you dinner, man, because I got Sixto Sanchez as well. I love what I see down there. I love it, man. 5 toes, 6 toes, whatever it is, man. He's going to get it done on the mound, and I love what I see.
Does he have 6 toes?
Well, no, it's just his name, bro.
No, he's
my
just
God.
making a terrible
That
joke.
went over you.
I was like, wait, is there something about him I didn't know?
That's great.
No, that is hilarious. Oh my God, that's
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Dan, who are you picking?
I did stick in the NL Central, and I did go with Ke'Bryan Hayes, Doc. So I know that's an absolutely dog shit team, but when he came up last year, he played on a very, very bad Pittsburgh team, and he still mashed when he came up. So I don't necessarily expect him to do what he did, 376, 442, 682 over the course of a full season, but I do expect him to hit very well, and I think he's the NL Cy Young. God damn, I did it again. NL Rookie of the Year. Without being a homer and picking Dylan Carlson. So
Ke'Bryan Hayes is a name that's been floated around a lot this offseason. He hits the ball extremely hard. He's going to get every day at bats with that team.
Right.
I think the only thing you're wondering if he gets the protection, but other than that, I definitely don't disagree with anything. I think I don't have the betting odds in front of me, but I think he actually was the number 1 for Vegas.
He is. So it's him, then it's Sixto, then Ian Anderson, and then Dylan Carlson.
There we go. Let's move to the last part of the main segment here in the bold prediction for the National League. And Doc, why don't you lead us off for it? Who is your bold prediction for this?
All right. Well, Ty's going to like this. I think the Braves trade for Nick Castellanos and win the NL.
I haven't even thought about that one.
So you look, and once again, their recipe is going all in with hitting. They're stacked at the majority of position, besides center field, where they have Ender Inciarte, who hit 190 last year. So you think about the Reds might tank. I mean, they've already kind of auctioned off some pieces. So maybe the Braves make a move for that. I think Castellanos slides right in, and then they compete for arguably the best hitting offense. And they were 1 game away from winning the world or going to the World Series last year. So I think they're going to have that little chip
with the depleted starting rotation too. So
Hey, Charlie Morton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. God, I can't wait.
Or maybe, they trade for a different Reds player. You never know. You might be on something.
I know. Dude, I think it's going to be a third baseman before it's Castellanos, but I wouldn't be upset with old Castellanos at all.
So then let's stay with you, Ty. Who are you picking?
Oh, well, my bold prediction. I've got Garrett Hampson going 2020 with the Rockies.
Okay.
I think he gets 20 home runs, even 24 stolen bases. So I'm real high on Garrett Hampson. If you've listened to the show at all I do is talk about Garrett Hampson. It's like David and Vlad Guerrero and Dylan Cease.
So.
Garrett Hampson is my guy. I will just ride that train until I die. Garrett Hampson 2020 and 2021.
All right. I mean, hopefully he'll get the at bats. If he gets the at bats, I could see it.
Yeah.
Dan, where are you going for this one?
So I'm going to continue on with my NL Cy Young, not my Rookie of the Year. And I'm going to say Luis Castillo wins the Cy Young with 10 wins or fewer. I don't know that that's necessarily that bold.
Wow.
DeGrom has.
That is bold.
He's DeGrom's won it with 10 and 11 or 11 and 12 or something like that. So it's not as unheard of anymore, but it's still, opens your eyes when you see something like that. So that's my bold prediction and I'm sticking to it.
All right. What did Felix win with Seattle? Was it 11?
I think
it was 13.
I think he had 13. Yeah.
I think he went like 13-9 or something like that.
It's exactly what came to mind for me as well. So I'll back you up on that, Doc.
Man, I mean, 10 or less. That would be some stellar production. I think that's
it also plays into the fact what you guys were saying that the Reds are going to start selling some pieces off here. So they're not really going to have a lot of offense. So hell, the year of the pitcher in 68 with Gibby, he still had 11 losses that year. And he had a 1.12 ERA for the whole season. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to rack up a bunch of losses and still be an absolute force on the mound.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Simeone, SP streamer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's another huge Luis Castillo. You should tell him that.
There you go. Hit him up. King Felix went 13 and 12 in 2010. Won the Cy Young.
13 and 12. I didn't remember him that many losses. Wow.
Okay.
Cheesecake, who's your guy?
Bold prediction: Chris Bryant is the comeback player of the year.
Homer.
I'm not sure that's actually bold when you consider that he has had like 20 bad games in 2020. I'm not sure. 2019 he went 282, 31 home runs, 107 runs with 79 RBIs. But everyone is so down on him that I think if he comes back and has that exact same season, that he's going to win the comeback player of the year award. And I don't think he's finished by any means.
So does he do that in Chicago, or does he do that with another team?
Well, given the way the Cubs are going right now, it's going to be Atlanta or it's going to be the Nationals or something like that.
Okay.
Someone there's a lot of teams looking for a third baseman. I was thinking there was some chatter that we might get Arenado, but didn't happen.
Yeah,
didn't happen. But with them being cheap, I can't see them paying for him either.
Yeah, they're selling everybody.
They're so cheap.
To wrap this up, I'm gonna go Brusdar Graterol will be the most dominant closer in baseball by the All-Star break, and he's gonna finish out the year as the closer.
I know Dan loves that. Yeah.
I predicted Graterol to lead the NL West in saves this year.
Oh, so we're on the same page. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm a big Twins fan, so I'm very familiar with him. I think he's going to have that similar to that when Garrett Crochet came on the scene with the White Sox and kind of, you already know he lights up the radar gun. He averages 99.3 miles per hour with his heavy sinker, which was the highest speed on any pitch in the majors for those who threw at least 250 pitches. Mm-hmm. Graterol is fantastic at limiting home runs and walks. He doesn't generate a lot of strikeouts, 13 and 23.1 innings last year. So that's the only part that I'm a little bit concerned about. So if he can manage to learn how to strike more people out, which isn't crazy if you make a small little bit of change on how you throw your pitches, your pitch mix, all that type of stuff. He looks right now to be the setup guy to Kenley Jansen. So Jansen doesn't seem like he's the guy that's going to consistently hold on to that job the way he's been trending. So, I mean, if Graterol becomes the closer for the Dodgers and he's throwing 100-mile-an-hour sinking, just getting a ton of ground balls, you never know. That's my prediction.
I don't think he needs a ton of strikeouts because I just looked him up here. Mariano Rivera only had a career 8.2 K per 9 rate throwing that cutter. So as long as he just limits runs, that's going to be the biggest thing. And that's why I like Graterol is because of that. So,
and he induces a lot of weak contact too from that.
Yeah, if Graterol would use his entire body instead of just his arm, he'd be out there throwing 110, striking everybody out.
That's the easiest 100.
Dude, he throws 100 sitting in a chair. He can sit on a lawn chair and peg him, dude. Unreal.
It is. It totally is. Well, those were some bold predictions, Cy Young's, Rookie of the Year's, MVPs. We got them on record so we can visit them at the end of the season. The last season didn't go too well. There was a lot of Nick Castellanos MVPs, and we were very far off with that. So this year I feel it's a lot better. We've got some smart guys here to elevate the room. So I feel like we're at a good spot with it.
You're being pretty lenient with that smart term, dude.
I hope we're not your standard bearer for what intelligence looks like. Because if so, then you might need to make some better friends, buddy.
Well, we're going to go into the question of the week. Do you guys know where that's from?
No.
I'm going to put it in the private chat.
I know where it's from, Dave. Dang, you got me.
Dan didn't seem too confident.
I have no idea where that's from.
Unreal. Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe this is like the 5th time you've played
it. I only play it for the people I know who will appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you just did that. See, Dan, you keep your little virgin ears over there, buddy.
Yep, that's me.
So our question of the week is sponsored by Monkey Knife Fight. Triple Play Fantasy is now official affiliate to Monkey Knife Fight, the fastest growing fantasy sports betting site in the United States. Use promo code Triple Play, and you get up to $50 on your deposit matched if you become a new user and use that code. If you're looking to win some cash, make sure you follow the Triple Play Fantasy Monkey Knife Fight shows coming soon to give you a 10 to 15 minute show with all our locks to help you win big. All right. So our question of the week, what is your favorite catchphrase from an announcer? So it could be any announcer's catchphrase. We usually like to go to the guests first for these. So, Ty or Dan, if you got one, you can go. Otherwise, one of these guys can go.
I got one. I got one right away.
All right, Dan, take it away.
So, real announcer, but fictional situation, just a bit outside.
Perfect.
Oh,
I love it.
And that's an iconic one.
Major League. I mean, that's
MLB
perfect.
2K.
That is absolutely perfect. That's the best call. I don't even care. I don't get out of here. That's it right there.
No, it's a great one to start, Avi. I'm not gonna. We'll say it's the ESPN music.
Yeah, that's it, Avi. That's the one. You're right.
Yep.
Ty, you got yours?
Yeah, I don't have like a specific catchphrase at all, really, but anything that Harry Carey said, if you just go back and listen to his entire dialogue that he's had over his career, it's the funniest thing ever, man. So, yeah, that's great. That's perfect. We'd have been great friends. Harry Carey, anything that he said was great. I don't have a specific catchphrase, though.
I mean, that's a good way to do it. He has the way of saying things that even if it's not one specific thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it didn't even make sense, but it was just awesome to hear.
Cheesecake, do you have yours?
I do. Now Harry Carey, I was a contender. I'm a lifelong Cubs fan, and he when there was a home run, he would go, "It might be, it could be, it is." That was great. I love that. But I'm gonna go with the next great Cubs broadcaster. That's Len Casper, who unfortunately spurned us for the Southside Chicago White Sox this year. And so we're not going to talk about that. But the best thing was when he would go, "Oh, baby," when a big thing happened. He would, like, a home run would hit, you go, "Oh, baby." It was the best. Every time he said that, you knew that the Cubs were going to win the game because it was like a game-winning home run, a walk-off hit, or something like that. It was the best.
What is that from?
I think Tone probably just made it up, if we're being honest.
Probably.
Get out the rye bread and the mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time.
I like it.
Beautiful.
You should patent that before someone takes it.
All right.
Doc, I know we have the same guy. Please,
We have the
tell me
same
about
one. We have the same one.
Don't please. Is there an S in any part of it? A word that
what are you
starts
talking
with-
about?
The end.
Okay, go ahead. Who is it?
You can put it on the board. Yes. Hawk
okay.
Harrelson. That call. As soon as you guys put it in the group chat, I thought quickest I've ever had to an answer of question of the week.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm glad we didn't do the same one. Mine is connected to the home run call, and Tone cleared up that's from the Mariners. But mine is one word, and that's when Hawk Harrelson would go, "Stretch." Anytime someone hit a home run, that part alone
That's
is
awesome.
just hilarious to me.
David, we complete each other.
Huh?
We complete each other. You're
Yeah,
the
I have
Dylan
the
Cease
home
to my
runs in the
Vlad
air.
Guerrero.
We were thinking the same. I have the home runs in the air. You have once it's in the seats. So
Y'all are going to be hearing that intro music a little bit more, it sounds like.
Art, you kind of sprung my mind. So I don't know who it was, but it was the announcer for the White Sox, and I'm sorry if that's a touchy subject for you. It was the announcer for the White Sox when they would do, like, they'd hit a home run or they'd make a great play or whatever. It'd go, "Mercy," whatever.
That's
Who's
Hawk.
that?
That's the Hawk. Yeah.
Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Mercy,
that's
yeah.
tight. I just watched I watched the video of Mark Burley's perfect game today with Dwayne Wise making the catch in the outfield, and it was "Mercy." That's beautiful. It's awesome.
I mean, Hawk Harrelson we literally had so much Hawk. We should have did the Hawk Harrelson segment.
Yeah,
No, but
when
he's
the White Sox would strike somebody out, he'd go, "Grab some bench," just like that in his southern accent. It was great.
It's
Grab
beautiful.
some bench.
No, he's a one of a kind. I love Hawk. It's sad that he doesn't call the games anymore.
Mhm.
But all right, let's get to the last part of the show, and that's going to be our game of the week.
Ooh.
The ladies came because they knew we had the upper decker guys here, so you have an audience watching this game of the week.
Uh-oh.
So no
Okay.
pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Cheesecake is hosting the game this week, so what are we playing?
All right. Well, I called it the Nerd Corner in honor of you guys, but it is a callback to a game I came up with a few weeks ago called And One. And it basically, if you get the question right, you get to answer a second question for a free throw. So you get 2 points for the question being right and 1 point for the free throw, hoop and a harm. So it's multiple choice questions, and the way I did it the last time was there was one person who got the question right, but this time anyone who gets the question right gets to go for the free throw. Okay.
Okay.
So all right, so I'll ask the questions, and it's multiple choice. The first question is: did Jess Kleinschmidt say anything about me, and if so, what did she say? No, okay, that's not the first question.
If you don't want to know, I won't answer. It's fine. All right. Question number 1. The very first World Series occurred between A, 1890 to 1894, 1895 to 1899 is B, C, 1900 to 1904, or D, 1905 to 1909. We'll start with Dan. Thank God.
I am going to say C. I know major leagues have been around before then, so I don't think the World Series actually happened as the World Series until after 1900. But we're gonna take a guess.
Dude, I was also thinking C. I literally made a C with my hand to remember what the years were. C. Yeah.
Okay, Eric.
I actually think C as well.
David.
B is always the correct answer, so I'm going B.
The correct answer is C.
Nice.
So Ty, Dan, and Eric get 2 points, and now they get a chance to answer the free throw question.
Mm-hmm.
What was the year between 1900 and 1904? Who went first? Dan, you went first? All right, Dan, what was the year?
I think it was 1904.
Why are you reading my mind? Well, I'm not going to be a loser. I was going to say 1904. I'm going to say 1903. Whatever.
And Eric.
Dan seems really confident, so I'm going to go 1904 as well.
Ty, you are right. 1903.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
So 3 for Ty, 2 for Dan and Eric. Dave's sitting at 0, but there's 3 points in every question. So 24 points left on the board.
All right, let's do it.
First off, Ty is the first answer in this one, and then it's going to go Eric, David, and then Dan. Question is, who was the pitcher that gave up Hank Aaron's 715th home run?
You turd.
A, Mike Marshall. B, Al Downing. C, Rick Rhoden. D, Andy Messersmith. I can say it again if you need.
Yeah, give me one more.
A is Mike Marshall. B is Al Downing. C is Rick Rhoden. D, Andy Messersmith.
I'm going to go B, Al Downing.
Okay, Eric.
I'm going to go B as well.
David?
I'm going A.
Dan?
I'm going to go C.
It is Al Downing. So Ty and Doc got the right answer.
Real quick,
Okay.
do you know who was on deck when Hank Aaron hit that?
Dusty Baker.
Perfect.
Right?
All right. Great.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the free throw question. What was the count? Ty.
Oh,
It's just a guess question, so you can get it right and get it wrong.
all right. I'm gonna say it was a 2-1 count.
And Doc?
2-0.
It was 1-0. It was 1-0 was the count. So Doc's going first in this one. Question 3. The Loma Prieta earthquake struck Candlestick Park and canceled a World Series game between the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's. What game of the series was it, Doc?
I think it was game 5.
David?
I'll go game 4.
Dan?
I thought it was 5 or 6 initially, so just for being different, I'll go with 6.
I was gonna say 4.
It was game 3. No one got any points for that.
Ouch.
The free throw was I didn't give you multiple choice, so
That's
so
all right.
that,
I mean, there was
That
only
was my
so many
bad.
choices, so
That Let's move to the next
so
one.
this is question 4. David's going first. The first major league pitcher to throw a ball recorded over 100 miles per hour. David, you're first. The 4, A, Rob Dibble, B, Bruce Sutter, C, J.R. Richards, D, Nolan Ryan.
I think it's Rob
David.
Dibble.
Dan is next.
Sure, we'll go with Rob Dibble as well.
Ty,
Nah, it's Nolan.
Eric,
I think it is Rob Dibble because I remember hearing that on like a Nats broadcast or something.
Ty's the only one who got that right. It was
Are you
Nolan
kidding
Ryan.
me? Act like I don't know.
Did you send Ty the notes or something?
No,
literally-
I know
I
this
didn't.
stuff.
Never does
And-
this well on games on our show.
I come up with the
Okay.
games. I have to know the answers to them.
So the free throw is, what inning was it that he was recorded over 100 miles per hour?
Oh snap! But the first.
It was the 9th inning.
Ah, that makes sense.
Ooh.
He threw at 100.9 miles per hour in the 9th inning, and that was the first time he cracked 100 that game. Nolan
Beautiful.
Ryan is a unicorn. Question 5. I think Dan's starting out.
Let's do it.
The first major league ball player on a Wheaties box was A, Babe Ruth, B, Joe DiMaggio, C, Ted Williams, or D, Lou Gehrig.
I'm going to go with Ted Williams.
Eric,
I'm going B, Joe DiMaggio.
David,
I'll go Joe DiMaggio as well.
Ty,
Just to shake it up, I'll go Lou Gehrig.
Ty.
Yo,
the man.
no way!
You're the man.
Oh,
Yeah, we might have to end the game now.
I think
he won.
Ty won already. I don't
I'm
even.
running away with it.
No, we got plenty of points left. Ty, for the free throw. It was in 1934. How many home runs did Lou Gehrig, come within 5, hit in 1934? Now, mind you, he won the Triple Crown that year.
It's a different time in baseball. I know old Babe Ruth was just dick slapping tallywhacks forever. I'm going to go 40.
He hit 49.
Oh,
49.
Dang.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Was that
So
the year
Ty
that
has-
was hurt? 34?
It was his last year with the Yankees, actually. Yeah,
Was it?
I think he was with the Boston Braves.
In
The next
35
season
for
was,
like
was
5
his
games.
last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So Ty has 9, Dan 2, Eric 4, Dave. You're still sitting on 0.
Let's
So,
do. We'll do.
but we
we'll
still
do
have.
one, let's do one more because I just for the interest of time. Let's do just one more just for fun.
Okay, all right. All right, so let's. All right, I'm going to skip this one because I think it's. I just realized it's a homework question for you guys, so I'm going to skip this next one. Okay, who is the only pitcher to lead both leagues in shutouts in the same season? Okay, I don't know who's going first now. Who's going
I
first?
think it's Ty.
Ty. All right, A, Cliff Lee, B,
CC
Randy
Sabathia.
Johnson.
Was
C,
he an op-
CC Sabathia. D, Tony Cueto. Doc, what is your answer?
What was the question again?
Who had shutouts on both leagues?
Now, who is the only
both
pitcher
leagues.
to lead both leagues in shutouts in the
Oh,
same
yeah.
season?
It was CC Sabathia when he got traded to the Brewers because he almost had that no hitter that they
Mhm.
called like a check swing that they called a hit.
David?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go against that. I'm cheating like in class on the guy that had straight A's. I'm going with CC.
So yeah, we've talked
Dan.
about this one on our show. It was absolutely CC.
Okay, I did. All right, I haven't listened to all your episodes. CC started the 2008 season with the Indians, threw 2 shots at the AL with that, tied for the league lead, and threw 3 with the Brewers, led the league. All right, but which team did he shut out more opponents for? The Brewers or the Indians?
I'll let
Did you
somebody
just tell
else.
us?
Ty.
Didn't you just tell
I
us?
probably did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say the totals for both.
Yeah, you did.
It was the Brewers.
Did I?
Yeah, I was going to say Brewers anyway.
You said 2 for the Indians and 3 for the Brewers.
I did. All right. All right. All right. Well, all right. So the question I skipped.
And his mic is out.
Uh-oh.
My
Oh,
God, are you still talking?
Yeah. All right. So, Ty, congratulations. You ran away with this one.
Thank
you
you.
get your 15 seconds on our. There you go.
I've done my fair share of games where I had to come up with the questions. So, like I said, I'm learning through osmosis. I'm just beating it into my own head. So,
Yeah, I mean, true winner right there. Ty, I want to give you and Dan a chance. We really appreciate you guys coming on. This was a total blast
thank
for
you.
us.
Hell yeah, man.
In case the listeners haven't heard your stuff, can you let them know where they can find you guys, any work that you guys are doing, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so the podcast is out there everywhere. It's Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. All of it is under Upper Decker Pod. We are on Twitter at Upper Decker Pod, Facebook Upper Decker Pod, Instagram Upper Decker Pod. Our Twitter handles for our personal pages are right here. Tone is at The Real Hot Tone. Make sure you follow him. And we're going to get a whole lot better here soon because we were just introduced to old StreamYard. So we're going to get into this here soon, and I think we're going to take off to the whole next level. So
I have more guests coming up as well, too. So keep an eye out for some more big-name guests coming onto the show in the next month-ish.
That's awesome. Love that. Make sure you follow these guys. They're great. They're fun follow. They got a lot of good baseball knowledge. So check them out. For everybody listening, we appreciate you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you as well. However you digest our show, we very much appreciate it. Next week, we're going to have more great content as we have the season kicking off finally, and we are going to be bringing MLB moving averages on the show for that. So it's going to be quite a doozy of a show. So make sure you stay tuned. Until then, everybody enjoy the rest of spring training baseball. Stay safe. We'll catch you guys next week.
See you guys.